Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, my Aquarius brothers and sisters. Today, I am bringing you a reading for the month of May, as May is right around the corner. Apologies in advance if you guys hear some background noise, as there's a tree worker cutting down a big tree right next to me. But I hope you guys are doing lovely and well and amazing through this 5D energy shift that we are experiencing on the planet right now. So, like all my other readings, I'm going to be pulling 2 oracle cards. The first one is going to be the base energy that you are going to experience throughout the month. The second one is going to have a little meditation behind it to get you to project right on into that energy. And then we're going to go right into your tarot reading. I do offer personal readings, and the instructions to go ahead and book yourself one are in the description below. If you resonate with the decks that I use in any of my readings, I have also linked those in the description below too. I also just got 2 new oracle decks that I will be featuring pretty soon, but they're not ready yet. I have not projected my, I have not gotten intimate with the cards, if you wanna look at it like that. Yeah, do you hear that? I hope you don't. I will try to take it out in post, but if I can't, apologies. All right, the first oracle card and the one energy that is going to be most prominent for you in the month of May is intuition. Okay, so maybe you guys are going to be having a more heightened sense of intuition. Maybe your powers, your psychic abilities are going to be more in tune this month. It's always a good thing. Let's go ahead for your second oracle pull and the meditation behind. Spirit Guardian of Summer expansion. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we could. All right, there we go. All right, like I said in the beginning, and with this deck, it does come with a little booklet to kind of project you into the energies of this card. So as I read this to you, try to project yourself right in here. In the sacred forest, the spirit guardian of summer has arrived. Large clumps of purple berries hang heavy on the vine. The apple trees are laden with shining ripe red fruit. The droning of the bees fills the forest. The grass is high. The forest is alive with the heady scent of flowers. Vitality, health, success, abundance, healing, and passion are expanding in your life. However, you cannot sit back and wait for it to happen. The energy of summer is the energy of working with passion in the direction of your dreams. Give it everything you've got. An immense reward will follow. Do not sit on the sidelines. Work hard, play hard. Your labor will pay off. Don't really have much to say about that. Besides, in the manifestation, this is what I am getting from the card. In manifestation, if we try to manifest, right? We have to manifest from a more pure sense. We have to manifest from a not lacking sense. We can't just wish for things to happen in this universe. It's just not how manifestation works. What we need to do is equally put in the energy and trust in the universe. It can't all just be 100% trust in the universe. Then it's never going to happen. If you know, like let's say you wanted to start a business and you ask the universe, I am ready to start my business, but you are not actively doing your part in it. And by your part, I mean you have to put in some work. You have to actually do the work behind it. You can't just sit on the couch and play video games and expect your life to change. It doesn't work like that. We need to take a step back, understand that with what we want, our passions, our dreams, we need to put in the effort so that the universe can do it too. The universe only rewards us with equal amount, if that makes sense. So if we put 100% of our energy into our dreams, then it's going to reward us 100 times. You see what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into your tarot reading itself. And let's get back up here. Here we go. That's good enough right now. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We have upright 6 of Wands. We have upright Chariot. We have reversed 5 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the 9 of Swords. Wow. We have the Tower. And last but not least, we have the King of Swords. Wow. Okay. So you got a lot of energy going on. You got a lot of sword energy going on, which is air energy, which is you. More intellectual, more analytical, more mind-based instead of emotion-based, instead of energy-based, instead of, what's the other one? You know, earthly, grounding. You guys are in your head a lot. That does not necessarily mean it's a bad thing to be in your head. You guys are just analytical, and that's not a bad thing. But there is some aspects here that you do need to work on. With this deck, it does come with pre-described descriptions on them. I do understand, though, that some of you may resonate with my interpretation if it differs from the actual card. So in that instance, if I get an intuitive sense to tell you my interpretation of the card, then that means that I'm not fully resonating for you with the card's meaning. But let's get into it. We have the upright 6 of Wands, represents triumphing over adversity. A card of victory indicates good news and success. You've met the challenges to your position, work, or reputation, and come through with flying colors. It suggests a person feeling exalted because of winning and finding the inspiration needed to move forward. Good news is the overall feeling in the presence of this card. It's interesting that we have intuition here too, because you don't have any water in this spread. So maybe that is something that you need to work on. Maybe trusting your non-analytical mind. This is a good card to begin with. 6 represents beauty, peace. And the Wands indicates that you are having no problem gaining the motivation to go forward in your endeavors here. But we do have this Chariot. There is a need to control competing forces, whether these are inner conflicts, people, or a situation in your life. Once you have resolved the conflict within your own mind, just like I was saying earlier, you will be able to move forward. The Chariot reveals some sort of journey, which will most likely be a progression of some sort. It could also be the final success you have been working for. So maybe you guys have been working up to something. Maybe this is a business venture. Maybe this is a new way of carrying yourself throughout the world, is what I am getting. The Chariot has a lot to do with forward momentum, so it feels like this card alongside with this card sort of means you have the momentum behind you, but there is one limiting factor that is blocking you from progression. Spiritual progression, external progression, like progression in the outside world, maybe in your job, maybe in your career. Let's move over to this reversed Five of Pentacles. If you are in debt, focus on getting it paid off as best as you can. Be extremely careful of any future investments. Don't take risk at this time. With the motivation and with the momentum that you have accrued over the past couple months, this looks like you should not do anything rash this month. Instead, kind of go back inwards and see if the paths that you have chosen up until this point are the paths that you truly want. Let's move over to this upright Page of Wands. It usually references work, although it may be of a social nature. This page is an enthusiastic adventurer and may be interested in international travel, foreign cultures, and the people, the arts, or philosophic projects. This card represents being adventurous and ambitious in overcoming fears and starting new projects using your skills and courage. Again, with these two, it feels like you have built up that momentum, that force that is driving you, that inner passion, that motivation. And right now you are using it. So use it more internally this month. Because you have this, don't focus on the external. Focus on building whatever you have been building. Continue to build here. Continue to create. Okay, see, this is exactly where I was getting that energy from. Four of Swords and upright, it represents rest and recuperation of working on your problems quietly and with motivation. Wow. You feel the need you feel the need for introspection and solitude to contemplate and understand what happened and why. However, it also brings with it rest, healing, and order. Other interpretations could be simply taking a needed break or calling a truce. So if you are in a situation where you are at war with somebody else, or maybe there is an argument somewhere in your family, within your friends, co-workers, blah, 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 call a truce here. Just take a step back, do that inner work and healing, meditate, journal, all that kind of fun internal stuff. I don't want to jump ahead, but this Nine of Swords indicates that there is something going on with your mindset here. Let's move over to this upright Five of Wands. It's about competition in economic, social, or career areas. This kind of goes back to this one too, where you need to take a truce or a break here. It signifies the mad scramble for money and power, success and recognition, with the accompanying excesses of greed and corruption. It brings with it feelings of struggle, anxiety, and overall unease with internal battles yet to come. So with that, it does feel like this motivation, this forward momentum that you have been experiencing has been taking the majority of your energy. And in the beginning, I did say that the universe rewards when 100% of our energy is put into one single thing, but it only rewards when that one single thing presents an outcome to your highest self. So if you are doing this out of like what it says, where greed and corruption, then you may be experiencing some anxiety, some struggle, maybe some delays in your future prospects or present prospects. And this is requiring you for this, just like this one states, it is requiring you to go inside and kind of map out where you need to focus more of your intention on. And this could be a mindset, this could be a belief system that you have about yourself, about your business, about your creations. There is something blocking you here. Let's move over to this Ace of Swords, because that's a good card. Upright indicates a new beginning. This ace indicates a triumph over difficulties through the use of mental means or spiritual growth. Just like this one says, although this says that you need rest because to contemplate and understand what happened and why. But with this card, it is going to bring a lot of healing for you. And through this healing, through the spiritual growth and this expansion, and using your intuition here, because your intuition needs to play a huge part here. Justice, clarity, and creative thinking are all associated with this card. A brilliant idea could be just around the corner, or perhaps in some sort of divine inspiration towards creativity. For this upright Nine of Swords, though, this is kind of bringing me back to this upright Nine of Swords, shows extreme anxiety, nightmares, tension, unhappiness, and regrets over past mistakes or misfortunes. When it appears you are in an unhappy and tense state of mind, whether or not the facts bear out the fear. Thus, the suffering associated with this card may be mostly in your mind, like I was saying in the beginning. It feels like the blockage is somewhere in your mind. Maybe you are telling yourself, maybe your mind is telling you that you can't do this, or that there's so much competition in your field that you're not going to be able to, if that kind of makes sense. Or it could be something totally different. It could mean a period of mental anguish, some sort of horrible accident, or many sleepless nights to come. In this case, please take this card and that card to heart. Go inwards this month. Try to find the one last blockage within you in order to release it, because you have this Tower card right next to this Knight of Swords, which is telling me that in this process of being trapped in your own head, there's going to come a point, whether external or internal, that is going to totally restructure that way of thinking for you. You might have brought about the situation on yourself by ignoring or denying that something needs restructuring or deconstructing, which in this case, it is a particular belief system or mindset that you have adapted to or adopted within the past few months. However, the changes are along the lines of something catastrophic, disastrous, and overall negative. It could be related to some sort of accident, two accidents in one, disaster, or damage to another area of your life. I feel like the outcome for this card, if you do not adopt the rest of the spread to heart, is something disastrous and damaging to another area of your life. By blocking yourself and continuing to not try to find that key thing that is blocking you, we do have the negative outcome of this card, which is disastrous, and I don't want that for you. But I view the Tower as having two different, oh yeah, sorry about all this kind of crap on my hand. It's wood stain. I view the Tower as having two distinct outcomes, a negative one or a positive one, just like everything in the world. And it is up to you whether the Tower is going to bring that expansion or that trapped energy. So there is going to come a moment in May that you are going to be forced to look at a situation or your mindset or your belief system in a new light. And if you don't look at this new light in a positive way, you don't want that outcome. Let me just tell you, you don't want that outcome. Let's go over to this King of Swords. In the upright, King of Swords is a somewhat stern figure who is in absolute command, but can be trusted to be fair in his judgment and decisions. The King of Swords is an assertive, professional decision maker with high intellect and a knack for leadership. He represents big decisions to come and a need to take control and set boundaries while making firm commitments to your goals. I feel like this could be you. This has a lot of air. I mean, swords is air energy, so this has a lot of you in it. Assertive, professional decision maker with high intellect and a knack for leadership. I do feel like this is the ideal version of yourself. Blessed by intuition, expanding. But in May, please go inwards. Look at what is causing this extreme anxiety, nightmares, tension, unhappiness, in order for you to get through this tower moment with more of an ease and a positive mindset. That is your overall spread, energy for the spread that I am getting. I do not know where this blockage is stemming from. That is for you to discover. But there is a blockage here, and it has a lot to do with your mind here. Anyway, that is your reading for May. It was a pretty good reading overall. It just what, like one key thing that you need to work on here. Maybe with this intuition card, trust your gut. Okay, so this is what I'm going to say to you. Go inside, go inwards, right? Go into a meditative state. And then try to look at all the thoughts that you are having. Use your intuition here. Try to look at all the thoughts that you are having. If your intuition sparks and you feel bad about something, try to remember what that thought was beforehand, before you got that feeling. And then with that thought, see in your life where you started adopting this way of thinking. Once we are aware of where it stems from, it starts to dissolve by itself. Because we originally think it is us. We get attached to us, or we get attached to that idea, to that belief system of us. But once we see where that trauma actually stemmed from in our timeline, it's very easy to say, hey, that is not me. I didn't have that before this incident. You know what I'm saying? So once we start disattaching from the negative idea that we are still holding on to, that is when the possibilities open up to you for endless expansion here, for you to expand. Anyway, that is your May reading. I hope you resonated with this reading. If you didn't, go ahead and check out your moon reading and your rising reading too. Maybe you could coalesce this into one ginormous reading. If you need further clarification after that, please get a hold of me for a personal reading. Maybe we could go into your situation, individualized situation, more in depth here. Anyway, I love you. I see you. I am fully supporting you in anything that you are doing in your life, if it is for the highest good of your highest version of yourself. Please remember about this tower moment in May and drive through it with all this momentum that you have accrued thus far in your journey. Anyway, I love you. I see you. Have a blessed day. Bye.